welcome everyone. Well, goodness, welcome actually. If you've been hanging out in the scenes for about 20 minutes, I would have loved to gone live. Actually, no. I'm going to show you guys a live video feed that just took place over the last 20 minutes, which will just be awesome, especially if you are a host of your own show, or you're planning on hosting a show, or maybe you are creating webinars. You may know, in fact, write down below in the comments if you've ever had crazy technical difficulties when you're ready to launch something live, because we certainly did. But nonetheless, everyone, welcome to today's Freedom-Preneur Show. This is where Freedom-Preneurs come to learn and to grow and to share ideas about what's happening around with them in their entrepreneurial endeavors, what they do to change the world with their life's work, and how they are willing and what they're willing to do to make things happen. I'll tell you what, today, this was a perfect Freedom-Preneur Show example. We've got the cast today of Brandon. In fact, if you had been watching it all on our Facebook page, you would have been seeing some wild and crazy stuff happening in New York City. Let's make sure that we mute out because, hey there, there we go, let's mute out. Whoever joined us, we love having everyone join us. Just mute yourself out. Thanks, Chris. Awesome. Chris is on the line. Hello, Chris Robinson. How are you? It's so fun. Anyways, everyone, if you had been watching us at all for the last, well, I've been gone for 3 weeks from Bali, and I went to New York City to meet some incredible entrepreneurial women. In fact, my partner, Bonnie Bruder, who I met in Dubai this last, when were we, May, at the Speak in Dubai event. Bonnie and I came together, and our ideas were like budding this way, huge ideas growing, right? Bonnie is the CEO and the founder of the Ask Bon Bon show. She's a talk show host. She also is the owner of Bon Bon Networks. And of course, as many of you know, I've been working online for 11 years. I'm the CEO and founder of Your Brand is My Business, helping you create branding makeovers, the CEO and founder of the Freedom-Preneur Movement and Academy, and now the most recent co-producer and co-host of the hot television series called Brandon. That's a whole lot, right? Super fun when you start doing fun things in your life. You get all these labels behind you. I don't know. It's just super fun to talk about. But anyways, the point of this whole last 3 weeks was that we were going back to New York to take these ideas that Bonnie had and that I had. Hey, Christine, let's meet out, babes. It's okay. This is a family show, and it's a fun show. And it wouldn't have been a family show about 5 minutes ago because I dropped the biggest F-bomb ever. So just please make sure I won't do that while your kids are on the line, so you can watch the recording. But I did. I was freaking out. I'll just be totally honest with you. I was having a super Freedom-Preneur moment, and it wasn't a Freedom-Preneur F-bomb. It was a flat-out bomb. So nonetheless, we're real, right? That's the point, is being real. You know, we watch so many people. They're so polished, and back in my corporate world, I was so polished and freaking out about stuff, and everything had to be right. And I would never be expressive like this. I'd never raise my voice, and I would always talk exactly like people thought I should talk. And I'd say, hello, my name is Rhonda Swan, nice to meet you. But guess what? That's not real. And the reason why we're here, the reason why we are Freedom-Preneurs, is because we get to be real. And that's the whole point of what's taken place. Hi, Karen. Great to see Karen here. What took place in New York City. It was to take an idea, actually a passion that Bonnie has and a passion that I have, which is taking brands, and I like to turn them into profit-making machines, right? Find your runway to the money. We're going to talk about that a bit today. And Bonnie, of course, wants to broadcast people and their stories to the world on her network, which is the Bon Bon Network, which is right now being seen by over 150 million eyeballs, and it's continuing. The distribution is growing, and the reason why it's growing is because of what just happened in New York City with some of these ladies. Well, all of these ladies are on the panel, but there were 13 women that joined us in New York City. And what we did is we created the platform called Media in the City. It was an event where we came together and we really worked on their brands. We really dug deeply into what is the heartbeat? You know, what is their USP, I like to call it? What's your unique, sexy proposition? But I got you on that one, because if you guys know marketing, you're thinking, you know, what is my what does even USP stand for? And I don't even say it the way it should be anymore because I call it the sexy proposition. Right, so we have our own lingo in terms. What we did is we just started to talk about, like, what can make us bigger and better. All of these ladies are established in what they do. In fact, we've got Christine Robinson here as the Your Book is Her Mission, and she helps create bestsellers. In fact, if you guys didn't get a copy yet, I do have the cover. And I have the stamp. Look at that. #1 Amazon bestseller. That was helped by Christine. So if you have a book that you want to get out to the world to become a bestseller, she's your gal. In fact, there's several ladies that were at our event, including Patty Alfonso, who you'll meet in a minute, who became bestsellers while we were at this event. So this is the power, ladies and gentlemen, of connection, of putting yourself out there, becoming a freedompreneur and figuring out what that means. And sometimes we have no idea. And most of the time, it always changes. So what we did is we brought us all together and we worked on our brands. We decided, we discussed it. We worked on how to take it, bring it out to the world. But more importantly, what I always like to talk about is what is your runway to the money, right? A lot of us have ideas. Many of us are the world's best kept secret. We've got all this great stuff, the greatest program in the world, but no one has a clue about it. Or the ones that do have a clue about it are the ones that may be only talking to you live, or they may see you face to face. What if we could create a runway for to your money, taking your passion, your life's work, package it up, we call it productize it, and then monetize it and automate it and share it with the world. That's what we did in Media in the City. And then what we did at the very end is we put all of these ladies, took all of their brands, and we shared and talked about the story behind their brand. This is now the new television series called Brand It. And in fact, right now you are meeting cast #1, cast of season 1. So welcome everyone of cast of season 1. It's done and dusted. This sucker is locked and loaded, and we're ready for season 2. So what we're going to do today, everyone, is talk to these ladies, learn a bit about them. I would love for all of you, especially my personal followers, Freedompreneurs for life that I've known for many, many, many years. And some of you are guests and you know these amazing entrepreneurial women. Give them some support. And thank you for being here, first off. And to give us some support, make some comments below in the comments section. You'll be able to update it. It's kind of weird. It starts with the oldest and then you got to flip the newest. No idea why. That's the technical side that my guys are going to handle. But then again, we did have the technical side. I don't know if I can let that back to them because we had so many issues this morning. But nonetheless, let's give some love, create some great energy on this call because that's what we're about. We're about being real, about sharing energy, and about sharing excitement. And so what I want to do is I'm going to bring out some of these ladies today and hear a bit about what they do, what their mission, their passion is, and then they're going to share a little bit about what they learned and what they're taking back to their home, reality setting, right? And now it's like, wow, we did all this stuff. Now what do I do next? And see, that's where the real entrepreneur comes in. They take action, they get out there, they do something wild and crazy, they expose themselves to new people, new contacts, new ideas. But now, what happens when you get home? You see, I've been to probably 70, 80 events in the last 8 years. And the difference between a successful entrepreneur and someone that hopes to be one is the one that goes home and actually takes the action from the plan that they created. It's personal responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurialism, there's no holding hands, but there is definitely a support system, and we have created that here within our Media in the City and our new episodes of Brand It. We're really here to support each other and to grow. So let's start. Let's see, where do we start? Because we've got so many awesome ladies. What we're going to do, ladies, is really quickly, we're going to unmute ourselves. We're going to go down our line. You're going to say what you are, what you do, and what's your mission. And then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit and let everyone really get to know you. And please, again, before they begin, share this show today. You can use live.freedompreneurshow.com. There's a link at the very top, but you can cover it with live.freedompreneurshow.com. In fact, I know that my trusty assistant will put that in the comments below. Share this because I feel that this is about allowing others to be inspired, to see what it's like to have an idea and turn it into a real reality and to create something out of nothing. Right? This was created out of nothing, and all of these ladies and their products and their services and their ideas have come just because they had a passion and a why that told them to do something about it. And that's powerful. So I want all of you to please take the time, share this, and say, you know what? We need to be here. This is going to be really fun. And then, of course, at the end of the show, if you stick around, we're giving away a free t-shirt today, Super Sexy Media in a City t-shirt. These are all crystal, by the way. A lot of us have. Hold them up, girls. All right, who's wearing theirs today? Woo-hoo. All right, this is not a boob show, but it's definitely a show. And so you'll be able to get access to one of these shirts today. We're going to do a giveaway, and then you'll be able to see how you can join us. And if you have a story that you want to be broadcast around the world and be in New York this December, we're going to give you an opportunity to do that. So, all right, Christine, since you're on my left, I don't know whose left or right she's on. You're on my left, and you've got your handy-dandy husband here, which I think is super awesome and sexy. By the way, we like to use the word sexy a lot in this this tribe called Media in the City Ladies. So come on out here, Christine. Christine is actually, I already introduced her. I'm going to let her introduce herself. How are you, love?
Hi, I am fantastic. Oh, a lot of feedback.
We don't hear it, but I think it's just probably Chris. Tell Chris to turn down his volume, and you're rock and roll.
You got that? Yeah, sitting on the other side of the table, decided to work from home today.
Awesome.
I am awesome, and I just, it's taken me so long to get over the amazing 2 weeks I had over in the States and the amazing week I had with all of the wonderful women here down below, and especially Rhonda and Bonnie as well, and everything they organise has just been a whirlwind. And just the comments, the messages, and the reaching out from people that I've had during and since then it's brilliant.
Well, Christine, share with everyone we're going to do this because you know me with branding. We need to say who I am, what I do, because I want everyone to know. These people right here, all of these ladies, they're for hire. What they do could be something that you need, right? They're not for hire. So I'm not pimping these ladies out, sorry.
Right, well, I'm Christine Robinson. I live in South Australia, and you know how how Rhonda was just saying the world's best kept secret? Well, I help people to stop being the world's best kept secret. I help them to write and publish and become a #1 best-selling author. And to date, I've helped over 370 people, amazing business owners, entrepreneurs, women and men, to become a #1 best-selling author. And it's just amazing what a difference it makes to them in their business, to their confidence. Their perceived value really helps them to up level where they're at and where they want to go. Be able to really, create that vision that they had for themselves and really see it come to fruition, and then how to build their business through their book as well, build their list, and really build their business and wrap it around their book, or wrap their book around a business, whichever comes first.
Well, you helped me do that. I was the first to admit.
Yeah.
I've got all these ideas, all these things. I'm like, oh my God, Christine, I've been trying to write for 8 years. I've got like 12 ebooks, and none of them were coming into anything real. Finally, she said, look, Rhonda, we have a process here. You talk better than you write, so let's just get you talking, sister. And that's what happened. I mean, really, it did.
Yeah.
We will be launching on October 21st with my new book, which we're dialing in even more. But Christine, this is a powerful. She's a powerful resource for everyone here, and especially everyone that's watching. If you guys need a help with writing a book, and you're right, Christine. Share a little bit about how people are able to wrap it around their business, because we talked this week about authority, right? Everything in branding. And it's about authority. It's how you put yourself out and position yourself to your niche. If you're like the best, but somebody else maybe half-assed, and they're more present, they look more amazing, and their message is dialed in, guess what? Someone's going to choose them over you, and your program could be way better.
Oh, look, that's so right. But the first thing that I take people through, so whether they're like you and you've got so much information, and it's really like, where do we start? Where do we pick that information out from? Or whether they have no idea where to start with their book. It's really about working out what their zone of genius is, but then really looking at their market. Who is your audience? And it's, I'm an ex-high school and primary school teacher, and it's just exactly the same as if you go back to primary school and you taught how to write a narrative or a procedure or a report piece of work, whatever it might be. The first thing that you have to start with is who's your audience. So it's going right back to those basics and really working out on who your audience is, really niching that down. That doesn't mean that your audience can't be broad, It just means that when you're writing to them, you really narrow it down so that you write in your book actually for one person in mind. We take you through processes where you get really deep understanding of who they are, what keeps them awake at night, what problem they have, and how you can solve it. So instead of starting off with you, we start off and put yourself in your audience's footsteps. And that's what you need to do in your business as well, is really go back. So what I take them through is what you need for your business, and what you take people through in the branding. It's getting back to what problems you help them solve. So as far as helping them to build their business around it, it's first of all putting things into your book that can lead to a list builder. So adding extra value that they can't get from your book, they can get external. So whether that's videos or cheat sheets or spreadsheets, workbooks, whatever it might be. So you can take them from, they want to go from step A to step B, but in the book you're taking them through this bit, but then they get to know you a little bit better with your book and then your videos, and then they see you naturally as the go-to expert, naturally as the person, because they're getting to know you intimately. I mean, most people take a book to the bed. What's more intimate than that?
Whoa, that's really good. I absolutely love it.
So it's really getting to know you and being the know, like, trust.
Would you please share with everyone, what was your biggest, let's say, mindset shift that you took away from, from being part of Meeting the City and with Brandon, and where you're going to take it? So mindset shift, and where you're now going to take, and leverage, because I think we're going to be hosting a live show with you, your own television series. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Look, it's all about that authority, and for me, it's really taken, like, the branded has really taken it up to that next level. Not only with the people that I've met there, but with my own psyche, my own value, my own thought processes. We've been there. That's what we can do, and literally. Sorry.
All good.
Don't like working at home with husbands. No, it's fine.
And me either. Mine's right over there, and I do it every day.
Oh, yeah. So it's really being able to take things right up to that next notch. So I know now that I have the confidence, I have the wherewithal, I have the means, and it's just really stepping up into your higher, truer self, into your higher value. And for me, I've got next year all planned out. I'm just going to be traveling around the whole world with my book retreats and working anywhere with once I buy a new laptop, because as you know, mine went, so I'm on an iPad at the moment, but I can just work from anywhere. But it's having that confidence now from the TV show to be able to run my own TV show, and to also connect with people who are at those levels that I never thought would be possible before. It's just taking up like 12 notches. So thank you.
I think it's incredible. It was really great to have you there, and just your expertise as well. I know many of us are leveraging your value, and certainly the connections that were made there with just not only the celebrities, but big brands and the companies that came to be part of this are extremely incredible. So awesome, Christine. Super pumped. All right, we're going to go from Christine all the way to the far right, because and over to Tanya Pearson, because many of you guys, if you came in into the show before we started, which we were quite late, so we do apologize if you were watching us live, but there was a really cool, super sexy video that came out of nowhere. Tanya's husband, Jeff, is also a TV producer, and he created this really cool, sexy video for us, just really quick, just something that just reminded us, what we did. But Tanya's got a really incredible mission, and a lot happened for you, huh, Tanya, after being part of this event. So share what you do, who you are, what you do, right, what your brand is, and then let's talk about that.
Well, I'm a freedom fighter, and we're redefining the family dream. Our mission is to free families around the world so they can raise their children and become financially free. Both my husband and I are doing this together, and we kind of tag team it at two different angles.
Yeah, I love it. And Tanya's also, they're part of our Freedom-Preneur tribe, right? So we are creating a business around her vision, and now they're also developing some of their own things that are happening because of your connections and just with the energy that came from leading the city, some new developments happened for you. Would you mind sharing that with everyone?
Yes, and actually, there's going to be a foundation for my son has ADHD, so there's going to be a foundation created in honor of him to make a ADHD awareness, and so I'm super excited about that. And then also, we're in the works of creating our own show. It's good, and that is personally touches a heart to me, where weight loss for women that struggle with just have the disease that they can't always go work out and eat right, and they do have that problem that they need help. And so I'm going to create and just lose the weight along beside them.
What an incredible example, right? Not only for our families, but for us and for other women, because there's certainly others that are, that just need a bit of inspiration to know that someone else can do it too. And it's really powerful. And I know, Tanya, I'm really excited to see, what's going to take place. You're going to see more of Tanya and her family, because they are freedom fighters. They are out to really help change the landscape of how families think they can earn money and how families think that they can be together and work. And I know you and your husband Jeff had been, working these long hours, accounting and television production, and now you're like, let's just create a way and teach people how they can live and be financially free.
Yes. Yeah, we love helping people, and we're like, well, we wanted to figure out a way to make that happen for people, and just how everything just fell in place, how we got invited by you, and it was just coming out of my box almost, and it was the best decision of my life.
Wow, fantastic! And so where are you going to take what you learned? Where are you going to take that? What is your next steps?
Oh my gosh, we have so many different avenues. I have to just focus on one of them, and I think we're just kind of in discussions of what to do next. We have so many opportunities, honestly, leading to what's next. We have a TV show, the foundation, it's just amazing, and we're excited to. We're going to do all of them, but we got to figure out which one to do first.
Well, the fun part is we're here together. Tanya's part of our mentorship program as well. We're working together to make this all happen, because when we know the runway to the money, it all makes sense, right? I love it. Thanks, Tanya. All right, so Patty Alfonso is right next to Tanya. And how are you, Patty Alfonso? Come on out here. Patty, share a bit of what you do, because we all love to say sexy. Well, Patty is the epitome of the word sexy. In fact, she had a little, we had why don't you share what we did in the morning before you all had your first show filming?
Yay! Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Patty Alfonso. I am the creator of Pole Dancing for Consciousness and an international best-selling author. Thank you, Christine. My book is called Your Body as the Creation of Consciousness, and I work with men and women and businesses to unleash your inner magic and turn on your body and your businesses. And on that note, during the Media in the City event, we got together, the ladies, in the morning and did this really yummy warm-up exercise that I do in my pole dancing classes. Really soft, sensual, conscious movements, conscious breath, bringing awareness to the body, bringing the energy into the body, and inviting the body to move in a different way. So that is me. That is what I do, and I'm so grateful to see all you ladies. I missed you.
Well, okay, so Patty, I absolutely adore it. You bring a bit of awareness, right, to things that I really didn't know. In fact, if you heard Patty, she speaks a lot about body, what your body wants to do. Well, Patty has a really interesting philosophy about really why our body and why we do the things that we do. Would you mind sharing that with our audience? Because it was so profound to me when you said this, and it made so much sense.
Awesome. I'd love to. your body is a sentient being, and in using the tools of Access Consciousness and combining it with the pole dancing, it's an invitation for your body to be in the world. I use and I create with my body. Every day I ask my body, hi body, good morning, what would you like to do today? What would you like to eat today? What would you like to wear? Everything in this world, in this reality, is for your body. If you kind of perceive the energy or think about it, if you didn't have a body, would you need clothes? Would you need to eat? So why wouldn't you invite your body into that conversation, create that communion and communication with your body, and invite your body to have fun in this reality? All the fun things in this reality are for your body. You know, going to the beach and splashing around the water, going hiking, things that I won't mention because it's a family show. Those are all things for your body. So invite your body into the creation of your life and into the creation of your business. I ask my body questions about creating all the time. So, well, yeah, what else would you like to know?
My body's so happy that I've learned to like start thinking about my body opposed to thinking from my head, right? We always talk, okay, what's the head and the heart? Well, no, it's actually between the head and the body and what the body actually wants, and that brings more connection to you from your heart and your soul. You inspired me to talk to my body. My body today said, don't worry, we'll put our hair back like we do in Bali, but put some pretty earrings on and color up your lips. I'm like, okay, let's do that.
And that's the thing. I love that you say that, Rhonda, and that is the thing. It's the connection, the communion of all of it.
Yeah.
Being present with all of it at once. There is no separation between you and your body, your spirit, your mind, your heart, all of that. It is all one. Consciousness is all one. So I love that you said that. Yay, I'm glad I inspired you.
And you guys, as you see, Patty has her website there. You can find Patty at pattyalfonso.sexy. We want to make sure we know how to find all of these ladies, because I would love for every one of you that's watching live or watching the recording, follow them, learn from them, because they are going to be sharing their vision and their passions and their story to social media, and you'll be able to sit and see their show and the story behind their brand. But you mentioned body, and I, of course, today I'm taking responsibility for what I put inside of my mouth, which also nourishes my body, and that brings me to a very special, not only friend, business partner, but a colleague, Inge Hart, because Inge has really been helping me be more aware of how we treat our body and the 4 pillars that we need to follow in order to really live a balanced life. And although I'm running around, I'm this unstoppable mama, sometimes I actually wear unstoppable, and it makes me unbalanced because I'm like, I can do it all, but I can't always do it all. And I found myself probably about 6 months ago, well, almost now a year ago, really working towards building a lot in my business, right? Elevating my levels of what I'm doing, and I just got really focused on work, right? So I started to shift away from the exercise that I've always done. I mean, I was an athlete, for goodness sake, a very high-level athlete, and then started to just kind of allow food and the eating habits not to be as important to me because I was so focused on building this business, my new Freedom-Preneur program, all these new things. And all of a sudden, like, I'm going, whoa, what happened to you, Rhonda? Like, this unstoppable mama thing, you got to take a break. You got to sleep. You got to eat better. You just got to, you can't wear yourself down. And I, of course, met Inge here in Bali, Indonesia. Her and her husband, her family are living here, and they go to school together with my daughter. And sure enough, she started to share, this is really how she's been living her life. And I'm going to have you share, Inge, because you've not only inspired me. Can we just make sure, too, everyone's muted if they're not? I think most everyone is. Just want to make sure that you are muted because there's a bit of feedback. And you inspired me because you had, a history in the past where you weren't as healthy. And then you started to make these changes. And then, of course, we went to Dubai together, and you spoke on stage, and I heard your message. And I internalized it. So before you start, I ate this morning yogurt, granola, chia seeds, and spirulina. The way she says it, spirulina, you got to hear it. So why don't you tell everyone what you have for breakfast every day, and then what is your brand?
Okay.
Oh, what I have for breakfast every day. So I don't have the same thing for breakfast every day, because I am aware and I ask my body what my body needs.
Well, I want you to say spirulina because I just love how you say it.
Yeah, but my breakfast is most of the time, there is like this basic elements in my breakfast. I do eat spirulina, maca powder, chia seed. I eat coconut yogurt, flax seeds is in there, berries, dragon fruit, whatever is in season, because I do eat what is in season in Bali, because that connects you to the environment you're in. If you only eat all the important foods, then you're not really connected to the environment in which you're living. So for us here, it's very normal to eat dragon fruit. But if you're in the northern hemispheres, it doesn't grow there. So it's not. It would be more like apples and pears.
You got it.
Yeah.
So share with everyone who you are, what you do. Thank you, because I just love the way she says spirulina. She's from the Netherlands. So she get all these really super sexy accents. This American accent is so lame. I wish I could change it.
Yeah, so I'm Inge Hart, and indeed I'm from the Netherlands, but I live on Bali for 5 years now, and I'm a health and life imbalance specialist. And what I do is, together with my clients, I bring back vitality and balance into their life, and it kind of depends on each person, what is their need. Because some people will be, too much on their career, but other people will be too much on their spiritual practice. People don't do enough exercise. People don't get enough sleep. It's like what Tonya just said. So many things are going on in her life now, and she wants to do weight loss and a foundation and building a business. And actually what I hope to assist people with is that in times like that, it is still very important to check in the balance. So try not to go too, exciting on the business or too exciting on the yoga. And for me, that's actually a challenge at this moment as well, because we are actually building 3 businesses, so we really have to focus. And now coming back from New York, it's like, oh my God, how am I going to handle all these different things? And so I'm just started to write down strategic plans for all 3 businesses, and that overview will keep us focused. And then every day I just go like, okay, I really want to accomplish all this for my business, and we've invested so much in it, and I see what the other ladies are creating. But then on the other hand, I go like, but Inge, you also need this amount of time on exercise, on spiritual practice. You really have to take time to listen to your body, what nourishes you. So that's where that's my angle, like what nourishes you. It's not only the food. For example, the weight loss, it won't be only about less calories. No, it will be what foods will you eat? Do you sleep enough? Do you have good relationships? Because that all those things, they nourish you, and in that way you will let go of everything, and also you will create the balance.
Well, I think it's powerful because it allows us to really be aware, because we all do get out of balance. I mean, I'm the first to admit, I was super heavy on exercise, many years ago. That was my focus, and food, and then the work side came in. So now it's about shifting and learning and understanding that, and that's something that you have inspired, me to do, and all of us.
In your own pace. I can see you're doing it in your own pace, because you hear me and you just watch me. I don't have to tell you all the time. You will ask me something, or I can see like you took a little bit more time again for the family, then you changed your diet, and now you're incorporating yoga again in your life, so I can see it, and that's what it's about also for us coaches, to accept the pace that the people are in, but also if you work with a coach, to actually keep them accountable, but providing like little steps so it's all doable, and then you will see like in a few weeks or a few months you go like, whoa, I actually came to a place what I knew inside where I want to be.
Absolutely. And it's true. And the same thing goes for business, right? We've been working together on helping you build this business. Now it's like, okay, let's do our strategy session. Let's lay everything out. Let's put this in alignment, right? She's like today, hey, can we have our strategy session? Like, yeah, and every one of us all week we've been like, okay, because this is something that I know that you teach in your life's work is, and this is what I teach. Let's lay it out. Let's set a plan and stick to the plan. That runway to the money, and for you, it's that runway to the balance of life, right?
Yeah. And also for people to realize that it's okay to have help. It's like that you are my mentor for business, so I have help in that area. I go to a yoga shala because I get inspired by my yoga teacher. That's the help I get in that area. I have a friend of mine. She totally embodies for me exercise in life. So on all different areas, it's good to have mentors, gurus, people who inspire you, because that keeps you going, and also realizing where your points of personal growth and development are, and what's important to you inside.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with you more. Inge, will you please share with everyone a bit, what were some breakthroughs that you may have had and a bit of mindset shift from attending not only the Media City event, but then also now starting your own episode in the new series, Branded?
Yeah. So what happened? What was the most recent big thing that happened to me is when I came to Bali 5 years ago. It was just for a gap year, but I decided to stay with my family. And then during 4 years, I was able to build a beautiful villa, which is one of our businesses now, a rental villa, Villa Bloom Bali. And I took time to build a spiritual practice, learn a lot about food, really discuss with Tom how we want to live our lives and how we want to take care of our family. And then at some point we realized that we needed to move, because that was the best thing to do at that moment for the family. So we moved from the northern part of Bali to Canggu. And one thing of mine was like, okay, I wanted to have something more of my own again, something to share with the world. And I used to work for an NGO and in project and program management. I've been in consultancy, blah, 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 blah. And one of my dream jobs when I left the Netherlands was the idea of working for an NGO in a development country. And then it was offered to me on a silver platter here in the south of Bali. So I had built all this, spiritual practice, food, taking care of the family, but then, the element of the career was missing. So we moved down south, and I got working again. And what happened when I started working? So there went my balance in life. And it was so frustrating, because what happened is I had the same feeling I always had in the Netherlands, not feeling satisfied. So I'm just like, here I go again. But, I couldn't help it, so I quit the job. And then I was just I picked up on the other stuff. Everything was going well. And I was like, there's something with the food, and there's something with my yoga practice. I'm ready for the next level, and I don't know what it is. Normally, I would look. I would go like digging, looking around. I'm like, no, I'm just going to wait. And then I met you. And at a school function, not knowing who Rhonda was, so just going to enjoy some time, spending time together. And, you were just that person that I needed to meet, because then I realized I had a villa that I could market, and actually the way I look at life, I could implement in that business. Then we understood we could build an online business about our family, how we look at life, and inspire people like that. And then I went to Dubai, faced one of my biggest fears, speaking in public. No idea why I did it, but I did it. And I said to myself, if I can do that, I can do anything. And I did it, so I have no excuse anymore. And then Media in the City came up, and it was like, okay, am I going on television? And I mean, I'm from the Netherlands. Our culture is really not like being present and being there. And you and my husband, who is totally supportive, you just said you have to go. And I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. But I did go. And what Media in the City was for me, it was just fun. I had so much fun, and I really had to allow fun to come back into my life, because I have a tendency to be very serious. And also, so all this fun and all this body and sexiness and being able to wear makeup, and I had to buy new clothes. It's like, whoa, I'm a woman again. And now on Bali, you're again like, oh, it's hot, but I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to keep it going. And now being back here, I'm facing so much. I'm going to share a very personal thing. What I've noticed is it's awesome because these ladies, we have a group now and we share what we are doing. So Jody, she's on it. And it's so good because she sees, you see actually everything going into practice, but also you go like, do I need to do it? And can I do it? And I realized that I have opted out of everything before in my life. I didn't like the job, I left. Something was going wrong financially. Okay, let's move. And now I'm like, and now I have to stay here because who knows, this is going to be a success. And that's going to be something very different. So it's also a bit, again, now, staying in this group, staying up to pace. It's really like, if you want to make it, you have to put in the work. And don't walk away from it, because you know how it feels to walk away and start over again, but you don't know how it is to stick to something and become successful in it. But so it is challenging in that way because I want to do that, but also, as I said, for me, balancing everything out is very important. So you can see that there is like this daily friction going on in this area, also for me.
You know, and this is why we're here, right? This is what Freedom-Preneurs do, and we've been traveling for 11 years, and to running 7-figure businesses in the middle of nowhere, and the internet's down in Peru, it's freezing, and I'm holding up my ear up to the wall so I can get internet so I can run a show. But see, this is what makes us unstoppable. This is what separates us from being a successful entrepreneur, a successful woman, a balanced life, and someone that is just hoping that it happens.
Yeah.
That's why you came. That's why you came to New York. You've got support. We live here. Heck, you live just down the road from me. We're gonna have a meeting today. You know, I'm like, well, yeah, check with my, Larcy to make sure my schedule's open. But hell, let's just have lunch. You know, because we can't. You know? But that's the power of, and this is a great example, is when you have a support system and you have a tribe. We like to call our Freedom-Preneur tribe. Now these ladies, this is a tribe of sisterhood. And when you have others that you can leverage from, everyone's at a different level, no matter where you are. We're all at different levels, but this is when that personal responsibility kicks in. You say, I got all the tools, now let me see how others are doing it. And then you have someone that's guiding you along the way, which is a really perfect segue to you, Jody, because yeah, Jody is on fire, but Jody's also at a different level than several others that were in the group. She'd already been hosting her own shows. Of course, I'm going to allow Jody to introduce herself, but this is what's taking place. We started working together, and it's like this woman transformed her whole house into her planning, and now we've got the next 3 months are ready to roll. Your runway to the money is so powerful. So Jody, come out, share what you do. What is your life's work, who you are, what your life's work is, and let's talk about what is that runway to the money looking like for you and how exciting it is coming up from you, just leaving the event.
Yeah, so my name is Jody Harmon, and I am the Forever Girlfriend. I am the author of The Girlfriend Effect. You can get a copy if you just message me. And I also am now creating my new show, The Marriage Makeover. So it is all about keeping couples. It's the alternative to divorce and marriage counseling, and a lot more fun with some hot, sexy homework, which we won't talk about because that's a family show. But so since I've been home, this has been my life's work. I have been married to the same man for 29 years. All 4 of my kids have the same daddy, which you don't hear about a lot anymore. And our whole mission in life, we've kind of had our struggles and ups and downs, and we actually almost got divorced once, and I found out that it was not all his fault. I needed to look at me and figure out, what I was bringing to the table and what I was not doing, and blaming everything on him. So this is kind of my life's work and my story of how I fell back in love with my husband, and it is possible. So we still like and love each other, which is different than most people. A lot of people, especially when they get to my age, and I won't tell you how old I am, so just take a guess, but they kind of get to that point in their lives where they're like, oh yeah, we love each other and we're just stuck with each other forever, and they're not happy. But my husband and I are really just in love, happy, enjoying life, and we came back from that from almost getting divorced. And so that's what we do, and that's what we teach people. And so Marriage Makeover, which is coming very soon. We're filming in November, so if anyone wants to come and join us, I will have that up and going very soon. You can message me for more details, but we are taking applications for couples to come join us on Marriage Makeover. So coming home, I'm seriously on fire. I would love to take you for a tour of my room that I'm in right now. There are, I don't know if you can see that, there's like spreadsheets everywhere. Like literally just, and here's the thing, I came there knowing what I needed to do and what I wanted to do, and I've had this dream forever, and I just thought, you know what, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. And I came home with just fire in my pants, I guess you'd say, ready to just take on the world and do this, and I'm not going to let anybody tell me I can't or it's not going to work, and I'm just going to do it. And that's what Media in the City did for me. I already had some of these ideas, and I already had a lot of them. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the systems in place or the automation or how to do ClickFunnels. Like, I didn't know that existed. I'm so excited. And just, you know, I had all this stuff. I have all this stuff and all this knowledge. I just didn't know how to get it out. So Media in the City has, you know, shown me funnels, and Rhonda just powering out with her and creating this major runway is just like, I picture, so if I had an airplane right now and I was taking off and building my plane while landing, yeah, that's mine. If I was building my plane while landing, picture an airplane with like Fred Flintstone where he's running by himself and steering and running is the power. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, but it's so much fun. I need to maybe take some advice from Inge and kind of get some sleep and eat better, but I literally am I'm too excited to sleep. I'm too excited to eat. I'm too excited to do everything else. I'm going to make this happen no matter what. It is do or die.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's powerful. I mean, this is what I love, when you're always just one contact or just one step away from that quantum leap. You know, we created, of course, our workbook that all these ladies got, which is just like all my life's work involved.
Oh, yeah.
But at the very end, you know, we have, what is that? It's called What's Your Quantum Leap page. And it's about knowing that everything, that we're so close to just that shift. And it wasn't that you didn't have it all. It was just that you just need a new suggestion. See, none of us, we always have all the answers. It's just that new suggestion or an idea that someone else triggers inside of us. I tell you what, that is why I attend events every 3 months, because every 90 days we kind of lose our steam sometimes. And boom, that's why I always attend events every 90 days. And all we did is just say, okay, let's lay it all out. This is super messy, but it got us to the next 3 months, where Jody now is going to be hosting. Keep an eye out. Make sure you go to Jody's page. In fact, in our comment section below, we'll make sure that you are able to not only connect with every one of these ladies, so they'll go to their live page and post their Facebook page on there, so you can connect and like their page, right? Because it's about social. We like people, we share, we talk about it. Right? This is a brand building right here, and every one of you that are watching, we will do the same for you. Remember, it's that law of reciprocity. But my point is that, you know, now it's just taking this idea, Jody, and now Jody has her own show, right? She's going to be hosting her own live show, and I know it's going to be a really incredible. It's starting, actually. I know the start dates, because I got her runway.
Starts on Tuesday. Starts on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, she's doing a free series, a marriage makeover workshop series for you. And then, of course, she's going to be speaking at a live event, and then she's coming back and doing a private workshop for some of her clients. And then she's hosting her own show. See, it does get crazy when you feel like, I've got all this to do. But when we get what our runway to the money is, we block it out. We've got systems behind us. We've got support team, because we've got an incredible support team, right? That's already this morning. She wakes up and boom, Mark's popping up your webinar page. You got your show page is already sexified for you.
Yeah. So can I just like brag a little bit about that? Like, he is so awesome. Well, and you got Jenny and Larcy, and I don't know who else.
It's Mark, our sexy blog artist,
yes.
Because you know.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. But yes, so these people, I mean, I've been giving them content and like, okay, what do I do next? And what do I do next? And they're telling me, okay, do this, and I do this, and it's just like a go back. And so they're like, okay, tell me what next to do, and I do that, and it's just like this. I create it, they build it. I create it, they build it. I create it, they build it. And I have all this stuff, and I'm just giving it to them, and I wake up, and it's like a new day, and it's like Christmas every morning, because they're doing exactly what I have in my head that I have not known how to do and how to get there. And I just am so thankful. So thank you. So one more quick thing before I turn the mic over to somebody else. I just want to say another shout out to Bonnie, because without her, oh my gosh, I'm emotional. Look what you guys do to me. I would not be able to have my show. So I honestly believe that you are just like one person away from the person that you need to meet. So I met Bonnie back in December, but I knew I needed Rhonda first, but I didn't know Rhonda then. But Bonnie introduced me to Rhonda, and now Bonnie is doing my show, and Rhonda is building my runway with me, and it's the two people that I have needed for the last 3 years of my life that has now taken me 3 years to find, and now I found you, and I am just ready to fly.
Yes, isn't that fantastic? I couldn't agree more. And by the way, Bonnie, she sends her love. She's been working all day with Peter, the producer. Tell you what, the stuff that she knows how to do, I was so nervous sitting on that TV stage. I'm like, I've been in front of cameras for years. I was like, I don't co-host a television show, right? But she rocks it, and she's incredible. And so she's been working with Peter, our producer, to make sure all of the episodes, every one of these ladies' episodes of their personal story is edited. It looks amazing. So she said, Rhonda, my eyes are going to fall out. I can't be on the show. I said, girl, we got you. It's all good.
She's awesome, and I'm like, if you need any sort of media, she is the gal to go to. She knows if she can't do it, she knows somebody who does, and she's so real. Like, I just love Bonnie. I love Rhonda. You guys were the perfect mentors that I needed for me at this point in my life. Thank you.
Well, we thank you. We love you to death as well, and that's how it works. I feel that I'm honored as well to have met Bonnie, because I was doing the same. I was living and working in a dude's world, right? I'm like, I'm that tough chick. I'm going to build this. We're going to market this. It's like I was running in the internet marketing world with all the men, and typically running into many women that just couldn't handle successes from a powerful woman. They couldn't handle it. So then I'm like, ugh, I got to get these ladies out of my life because they're not fun. They're not fun to work with. And then now all of a sudden we elevate ourselves. We get around more women that are really willing to take it to the next level, and that's what happened for me with Bonnie. And now, of course, with all of us, we're creating together, and we are making and changing the way that women work together in a very powerful way. So I honor you, and then also we're turning into girlfriends for our husbands because of because of Jody. Our husbands are like, dang it, we need that lady in our house, right? So
that's what it's all about.
And make sure everyone follows Jody. You'll know, because we'll be promoting her upcoming workshop that starts on Tuesday that all of you will get access to. You'll be able to register for it. All kinds of sexy, fun giveaways, which we all should be doing. By the way, that's my branding tip. If you want someone to do something or want someone to follow you, you got to give them a reason to. Give them some freebies. Give them some of your education, knowledge-based stuff. Build your brand. And then when they're ready to sell them something, people are more than happy to buy because you've been giving more than you take, right? That's what we learned this last week. Okay, so now you made a really, I'm going to segue over now to my right, to Karen, because Karen, this is another example of what happens when you do step out of your comfort zone. Things happen in our life, but then connections start happening as well. I know Karen stayed in New York an extra week and started meeting so many different people and connections because of what Jody mentioned, is that Bonnie is very well respected because she's a very hard worker. Most women don't make it in television like Bonnie did. Her story is powerful. She came to New York for 3 years that I'm doing a heaven at my own television show. She was robbed. She was knocked down. She was told she couldn't do it. She met JT Talent, who's an incredible producer and a talent agent, and he said, do this, and do this, and you'll have your own show. And Bonnie did it, and it wasn't easy. And now she's an extremely successful television producer. She owns her own network. And because of that, these are the type of people that are coming together because they love what we're doing with Branded. They loved meeting the city. We had celebrities and stars and all types of different brands and companies contributing because of this mission, and it does start with Bonnie. And I know that Karen was able to get to meet some great people, but your mission and your vision is extremely heartfelt. It connects directly to my heart because it's about family. So Karen, come on out here and join us, lovely lady. Share us what you do, what your brand is, and let's let everyone meet you, lovely lady. You unmuted? You gotta unmute yourself. Unmute, babe. I know, we're all muted. We forget.
Let me get in there.
Hi, lovely. Oh, you're muted again, shoot. There you go.
Unmute now. There we go. Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, how are you, gorgeous?
Okay. Hi, I'm Karen Louise from Health, Wealth and Balance, and I inspire and coach and motivate people to basically harness their finances, their health, and their femininity within their marriage and as a mother. Because for me, 2 years ago, sadly, I lost my husband, and I'd been with him for 16 years. And I'm a mother of 3 children. So you can imagine I'm very, very busy. And after losing my husband, I basically lost everything. So my passion is basically helping other women that are in a marriage or in a relationship that have children, that I want to support them and understand the processes that you need to take. You need to have those conversations. You need to sit down with your husband, with your boyfriend, if you have children, or even not, if you're in the process of wanting to build a family. And this is where I want to take you to that next level. I want to coach you. I want to support you. You could be a woman that is at a place where you are in a relationship, so you need to know all of this information, or you could be at the crucial, oh my God, it's happened to you, you've lost your husband, or your husband's left you, and I'm here to help you, support and guide you with what I've been through. And on top of all that, with me being an older mum, I'm also here to support you to sort of bring in the femininity within you. I'm a mother of 3, but I still go to the gym, I still exercise, I still look after myself. And you've got to look after you for your children, and just to go out there and just be you and be these unstoppable women that we've all got on our panel. And like I said, the connections that we're all making with everyone, it's being healthy, and it's having the right mindset to go out and achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah, I love it, Karen. It's it's a great mission, and there's many more and more women and families. They deserve to understand that, right? Because we all do want to live in, let's say, one of these Cinderella stories, right? Fairy tale and lands, and that's not always absolute, right? That doesn't always happen. And so if we are prepared and educated, and women understand, especially, that you do have to be responsible. There are some things that could really happen to you if you do lose your spouse. What do you do? And to understand that women are powerful, and our children deserve to see powerful mothers, right? And to know what's going on in my finances. Because your situation came crashing down. You weren't aware. And now you're having to build this back up. And I think it's a powerful story for others to understand that you can still change. You can make a change and take responsibility. And I know that's what Karen is here, in her mission is to inspire other women to do that. Karen, would you share with everyone a bit about maybe what was a mindset shift that you may have had, and how you and what your next steps are that you're taking to leverage not only what you learned in Media in the City and filming your own show and sharing your story.
Yes.
Where are you now going next?
Yeah, I think for me the big thing, in my early 20s, I used to do a bit of modeling and TV work. So being behind the camera with you guys, it just brought all that back to me, and I loved it so much. And yes, I stayed in New York for 4 more days, which was amazing. I stayed out for my birthday, which was fantastic. And I got to meet other directors, I got to meet other actors and models, which was amazing. And I'm having a few talks with a few people. When I came back to London, I spoke to a few people. One has been a presenter on a very well-known shopping channel, which I won't name, here in the UK. So we've got a meeting on Friday. So it's just amazing that, again, putting those connections together. And for me, one of the big things, I always thought I had to wait with what I've been through, with losing my husband, with losing all of my money, and to make it even worse, after I found out he died, I found out he'd actually been unfaithful. So I had to deal with all of this in my head, and I thought, right, do you know what, I'm going to write a book. But I had lots of people telling me, no, you have to wait until you get to a place where, like, financially, that you are now secure and you've gone the whole full circle. But I think a big breakthrough for me, obviously talking to many of you, that no, you write your book as in now, what's happened, and then you do book 2. And the book 2 is your breakthrough and you getting to where you are. So it could even be book 3, or even a movie. Who knows? So I got chatting to one guy, another director, and I said to him about my book and a movie. And so yeah, all very exciting.
So would you say that coming to this event, you got more out of it than you actually expected, or something, the intention maybe that you had when you arrived, maybe more came out of it than what you actually thought you were going to get?
Oh, completely. Again, I think one of you mentioned earlier, the connections. I'm very much, since my husband passed away, I've been going to networking events, and it's all men. I've been going to property events, networking, other courses, and it's men. And it's just, where are the women? So to be amongst all of these women that have obviously the right mindset and wanting to achieve more. Like, I had a lovely chat with Patty today, so thank you very much. And again, with all this information going on, it's like information overload, but it's just trying to get it down on paper. And I love all the pictures on your wall. I think I need to go and get myself a big journal to get everything out and start putting into place. So it was the right time at the right place, and I just need to get my plane, all my planes. I've got lots of planes in the air at the minute, and just get them landed one by one, with my book, more TV work, getting myself out there. And obviously we've been chatting a lot about the series that we can do. So they're all there, ready to be done one by one.
Amazing things happen, and you do say something very important that we need to highlight, is that we have a lot of ideas, and we do come home from events. We get a little, I call it event depression. You're like, I miss everyone. Where those girls, what was the energy that they were giving me?
Yeah.
And then it goes, what did I just do, and what do I need to do now? And that's where, right? That's where the follow-up comes through, and I think that's something that I hold extremely near and dear to my heart, because I've been dropped, like the bad habit after events, and I don't know where to take the next step. And although should be responsible and have a plan, we need to help organize that, and that's where mentorship comes in, right? And so I'm excited. Every one of us have been meeting and saying, this is our runway to the money. These are all the planes in the air, right? We talked about this. I learned from my business coach, Lisa, that we're building the plane while we're flying it. We've all taken that on. Sometimes you just got to start flying some planes, and things are going to be built, because you can't crash. You have to build it while you're flying it. And so what we do is we actually take all those ideas and those planes that you've been flying, and as you start to build them, we now make out a map. And I call it the runway to the money, but it's organizing a timeline. Okay, this is what I have to offer. Now let's put this in a plan of how to get you to the point of offering it, right? Some of us have all these ideas, and that's what keeps us the world's best kept secret. Or we're going to go broke like a starving artist. He's got great work, but he doesn't sell anything, right? I like to sell stuff. I got all these ideas, but darn it, if we have no runway to the money, guess what? We're falling flat on our face, and we're going to go back to flip-flops, right? I like wearing high heels. I'm in New York.
Yeah.
I like flip-flops in Bali.
The boot on. That's good.
Right? Let's get ourselves to where we get to choose what we wear. We get to choose what that runway looks like to us, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what we'll be doing. I think, Karen, you and I have a meeting as well, is get that organized, right? This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. No more hoping, let's get doing, right? I love it. Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you, Karen. I'm glad that you're home with your bebs. I know that it's really late for you, actually.
It is. It's 3:30.
Like
3:30 in the morning. I need to go to sleep. So wonderful.
All right, am I back, guys? I felt like did I get dropped? I'm here. Okay, good. I was like, no, we got to get to Erica. All right, well, this is great. This absolutely is not last, but definitely not least. I mean, Erica, Christine, I'm so blessed that I got to finally meet you. Incredible woman. Like, we've known each other for several years online, and we've never actually gotten to meet. And I was able to really learn more about you and your mission. So please share and introduce yourself, what you do, and then let's talk about what transitions and things that have happened for you now that you've attended the event.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of background noise where I was coming on my way here. I didn't realize it was like the happening place in California, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's too much going on. Anyways, I'm Erica Christine, and I'm the Motivational Maven. I am here to motivate you and keep you on an amazing place in your life of self-growth. Basically, if you're not growing, you're dying. And I say that in the nicest way possible, but it is so true. You go through so many transitions in your life, and you've just got to keep moving and keep motivated. No matter what you've been through in your life, if you just have a strong circle around you, and I'm so thankful to have met all of you women. I mean, wow, that event just blew me out of the water. I had no idea even what was going to even happen there. But literally, if you have an amazing group of people around you and you have faith in your belief system and who you want to be and what you want to do, you can achieve anything. I have been through so many things in my life, from the worst scenarios of friendships, relationships, careers, life habits, just things that were no longer serving me. And I found ways through my mindset and changing certain things in my lifestyle to get me to where I'm at today. Living in Laguna Beach, running an amazing business that just keeps blowing up every single day because I put the effort into it. I put the effort into who I am, what I want to offer, what I want the world to see, what I want the world to know, and how I want the world to change and just be the most powerful, best place to be. And really, it just starts with you. It just starts with one person, who you are, your connections, and from there, everything just truly blows up. It is just so amazing. I have goosebumps. It's so true.
I can't agree with you more, Erica. You know, because there's so many people that just deserve it, even just a little energy. And you know, if you guys are, if you're not watching Erica, you need to make sure that you connect with her, because every day she's doing a live video, and you've just got so much zest and so much motivation, because it's true to you. It's really what you believe in, you know. And so what happened for you, you know, at not only the Media City event, but then, you know, filming your own episode in, you know, in Brandon? Like, you ladies, all of these ladies are season 1. They're going back as, you know, basically the sisterhood. They're handing off. So if any of you, you know these ladies, ask them, how can I be there? Because we are not marketing this event. It's not doing it. We only take those that we want to work with, that we know that are ready for this. And so it's not about us selling you anything. It's about you connecting and saying, I need this. And so, Erica, what happened for you? Because I know there's some others that you've got that are like, wow, what this woman is doing, I want to be part of it as well. And how did that change for you?
The event just, you know, I decided to come late. I was just kind of the same as a couple other girls. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100%. I'm not clear yet. I want to be in this perfect spot. And I just, like, Rhonda's like, no, you need to be there. I was like, okay, I'm going for it. And it just, all of the connections that I made, it blew me out of the water. I mean, I just never expected to have such a bond with all of these women, and just a real natural bond. Like, we are just all here for the same mission, and it was so amazing. Best event I've ever been to. And now that I've been done, I'm getting ready to launch my new coaching program in the next 30 days. Just so many things. Getting some things lined up to do some motivational speaking events, and I'm really, really pumped. So thankful and blessed for this opportunity.
And I'm glad that you just said yes. You said yes to the future, right? And that's something normal that all of us do, no matter what level you are in your life. You're like, oh, you know, and you had some, you know, serious health issues with your mother, and you were concerned. And when we say yes, the universe and everyone around us will conspire to make things work for you.
Yes.
Put you in the best place. And you said yes to it. And here we are. Now you've got so many things that are launching, and I want to help work with you and hone that in and get that ready for you to take it out in front of the world. And I couldn't be more not only proud, but also honored to know you and to be part of your success.
Thank you.
And the connections that you are going to have with other people. Make sure you guys watch Erica. She will not only motivate you, but inspire you to do great things in your life. We love you. Awesome. Okay, this is really cool. Look who just joined us. I love it. We're getting ready to close the show, and sure enough, who do we have? We need to see your face, though, girlfriend, because was just getting ready to say, hey, Mama, how are you, gorgeous?
I'm at the airport.
Are you on your way home?
Yes, yes. I'm literally, I need to go, and I need to jump in the plane in a few minutes, but I thought, oh, you guys are on a call, so I get a few minutes with you guys. Hi.
Hi, Liliana. Well, so this is Liliana. Share who you are, what you do, because I was getting ready to talk about you right here, because we've been all sporting these hats, the Hustle Hatco hats. When I get in my mode, I'm like, okay, I'm putting my hustle on. Let's go. All of my client meetings, all the strategy sessions with the ladies, I've been wearing my hustle hat.
I have a very bad reception.
That's all right.
Sorry, I can hardly hear. It's super noisy here. I'm just gonna try my earphones.
It's okay. This is so great. While Liliana is fixing her headset, if she can, Liliana is not only the creator of, or she's the founder of the multicultural classes for Spanish speaking. She does multicultural classes. Sorry, my words were not coming to me. And teaches, second languages, English as second language citizens. And she's got an incredible business. And then she's developed and created what's called Hustle Hatco, where she is inspiring, taking the story behind the name and the brand of Hustle, and really inspiring more women, more entrepreneurs to just put your hustle on. Take your story of what that story you've got inside that says it's hard, and just get your hustle on and make it happen, and know deep inside that if you've got a vision or passion that the world needs to hear, then you got to hustle for it. Gary Vee says it really well. It's about, you got to hustle for work. It's not all sunshine and roses. Certainly, we can have all this automation and pull all this stuff together. But hell, my show started 20 minutes late today because even though I had systems in place, even though things are supposed to work, it just wasn't working this morning. But you just have to know you're going to hit those type of things and just go for it. We could have easily canceled the show and said, forget it, we're not doing it. Right? But we put our hustle on, and that's what I know that Liliana stands for. And although we may not be able to hear her, she is just an incredible force. She's just leaving New York City, a lot of connections. This hustle brand is going to be on several different, not only television shows. Eric E. Styles, who's the stylist that was one of the celebrities that were on our celebrity panel, is like, I'm going to get this in more and more shows with his clients. They're going to be wearing hustle. They're asking Liliana to create hustle attire so that he can put them on his clients. So when they're doing their shows, her brand gets in front of more people. JT Talent was another producer that was absolutely in love with her and her brand. Every picture, if you guys had noticed, JT had a hustle bag, because brilliantly done, Liliana gave us all hustle bags. She gave us all a hat. I got the super sexy crystal hat because she just loves me a little bit extra. And we all got a hustle hat, but it's like, it just has so much meaning. There's so much story behind the meaning of her brand. And because you have a story and because you have a heartbeat behind your brand, more and more people want to share it. And this is something that we are finding every single day. More and more people are wanting to buy from personal brands. In fact, the study was done, I talked about this in Dubai, 78% of online consumers were polled and said, would you rather buy from a personal brand? Would you rather buy from a corporate or a logo? 78% of people said, I want to buy from a personal brand. There's a story behind it. There's heartbeat behind that, and this is why Liliana's hustle hat is going to be all over Hollywood, right? More and more people, because she has a story behind why she's doing it, and that is my branding lesson of the day. But before we go, we've got another amazing woman right here, Di Dowdy. Look at this idea diva here. She's been, I know you've been hustling, sister, because she's got a huge, major business that she runs, and you just launched off a bunch of your trucks to get, right? You had a big event you're sending off. All right, let's meet up Liliana, just because Lily, we're gonna yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. We love you, Liliana, but we can't. It's a little loud. How are you, Di Downey? Come on out here.
How are you, everybody? It's great to see all your faces. It's so cool to see everybody again.
I know, we all miss each other. We said we were having event depression from each other, like withdrawals.
Yes. I have to say, I'm also in that depression.
Right? It's easy to go, but then we leave. It's like, no, I want the energy back. So, Di, share with everyone who you are, what you do, and what's transpired for you since you've left New York City.
so much has happened. I can't actually even put it into a nutshell. But to give you a bit of an idea, is I've had an invite to speak at the New York University around entrepreneurship for women.
What?
I know.
Amazing.
I know. And I've just had a meeting here with a lady. Like, I'm still in my tracksuit. I was like, I can't believe this. And I was surprised. I'm like running this huge event of like getting this yellow truck into this warehouse, right? So that's like happening because I couldn't go to that. So I've had to put somebody else on that job because somebody else wanted to talk to me about, okay, what products do you want to get out there? By what time? Because if you're going to run this, you need to have some products that are like branded. And what are they? So we've just been, my kitchen looks like a bomb's hit it because it's like, okay, how am I going to get all this together? So I'm still in the space of taking a deep breath and like now wanting to like put it together so that it can be like a little package with a nice pretty bow on it. So that's where I'm at. I just need to get through this truck. It's an Australian truck launch. It's a brand new truck. So that's my offline business. And that sort of shows, that's where I draw my entrepreneurial skills from, of course, and that's what I'm sharing.
Awesome. And what is it that you do? We've created a new brand for you. Di's now taking all those skills that she's learned in this big business that she's got with her and her husband that they run, and now taking it in and really connecting to what your passion is. Share with everyone what that is, because we want to follow you.
Yes, so my passion is to share how I've got to where I've got to. Around rituals, around what's important to people, and for women to really be more than what they think they can be more. And especially aging women. You know, a lot of women don't do stuff because they feel not confident enough. They feel as if they have lines around here, or their neck's saggy, or they've got grey hair, or just a little bright lipstick helps confidence. And I just think I want to get that out to women to be able to be more independent. And sometimes it just takes that little idea. Okay, how do you get that idea? And then how do you mold it and how do you grow it? So that's what I've been helping people with. But I now want to put a package on around that and put a bow on it so that people can actually really see, okay, this is what Di Downey does. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, for sure. It's incredible because, you know, we've been talking about this all day. You know, we're all just one little connection either way from a breakthrough or one mentor, one idea away from organizing our thoughts, right, of what we need to do. I used Christine as an example. I want to get this book done, but and then I know I can do it. I just couldn't get it organized of how to get it done. And sure enough, boom, she was able to just give me a simple plan. And that's what you do. I mean, we've been talking so much, and I love this. You know, Di has got so much behind her. She's got so much incredible experience and successes in entrepreneurialism. And now you are really honing it in. The Idea Diva, we're kind of wearing that one. Are you still keeping that brand on?
I'm still keeping that brand on, but the front of my book is, you know, a shepreneur. And people are saying, well, what is a shepreneur? Yeah. You know, is it a girl entrepreneur? Well, yes, it is, but you need to be sassy. You really need to be sassy and, like, go for it. And like what you were talking about when I just came on here, you've got to hustle. You have to actually get your act together and be really clear and have those branches of for my case, what a shepreneur is. And so then it's just, for me, it's putting the package together and putting a bow on it so I can go, okay, you know, if you want to get your idea out there, go for it, but be really clear as to what your idea is and what your packages are as to how you're going to, you know, how you're going to add value.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think there's a lot of people that can definitely learn from you, Di. I know Di just recently launched a, what was that, your Blitz?
Yes, my 12-day Blitz.
Yeah, she launched a 12-day Blitz.
And that just came from people saying, how do I get organized?
Yep.
You know, what are my values? You're very clear in languaging. And I go, well, am I? And then I go, well, yes, I am, because I actually know what my values are. I know what I personally need. I don't beat around the bush, as most of you now know. I don't beat around the bush with what I say. It's like you like it or you lump it. And it's like women, we often go around the issue. It's like, don't go around the issue, girls. Just say it as it is. People will get it or they won't get it, and that's fine. Yeah?
Yeah, powerful.
It's a strong skill that women need to learn.
It is, and we can all definitely leverage that. I'm telling you what, it's the best ever having a Di Downey in an event. I mean, is it the best ever? Like Di.
Sometimes I go, oh my God, that poor lady. I didn't mean to be so brash, but it's like, no, hear this, please. I just want you to hear this. Please hear this.
But this is the best, and but this is the greatest part. No one would ever think, Di Downey, you'd ever come from anything harsh or brash. This is just how it is. It all comes from heart and love, because you do know what you want, you know who you are, and that's it. I mean, I don't know if it comes from experience, age, or whatever, but every one of us deserve to be in that space.
Yeah, and that's what I want. I really do want that.
No matter what age you're in, we all deserve to be and understand that we can take a stand for what we believe in. So, guys, make sure that you are following Di, because her book is also coming out and is launching as a #1 bestseller. The High Heel Paradox, Di Downey is the author of, and every one of us, you'll want to read it. You want to be connected to her. And a lot of things are coming up. All these ladies have incredible things. If you've been watching the show and you're saying, wow, this is not only dynamic, that event was dynamic, it's nothing to do with the event. It's everything to do about them and what they're creating and how you can learn from each and every one of them. They're all going to be launching and hosting maybe live shows, free shows, education-based workshops, and hosting their own events. And any of you that are connected or feel part of their mission, make sure that you reach out and follow them on Facebook. We're going to post every one of these ladies' links below. I also have on my blog, unstoppablemama.com, a way that you can all connect with every one of them. I wrote a post. We'll make sure that gets in the post below so that all of you can connect with these ladies. But I did say, everyone, that we had something special that we were going to be giving away. So, ladies, let's do this. Let's see. I'm going to go to our live show page right now. You are on live.freedompreneurshow.com. I'm going to do a little quiz, because this is really funny, because what we did at our event is, of course, we leveraged Sex in the City. We went on a Sex in the City tour. We talked about how our personalities were either a Samantha, a Miranda, what's their names, girls? Come on, help me out. What are their names? Carrie and
Charlotte.
And right, so we talk about, what is our personalities, how do they relate? Because there was a study done about Sex in the City that all of these the 4 ladies' personalities actually covers the broad span of personalities that we all can be one time or another in our life. One of us lean harder towards another, one leans heavier to the other, but it's also about communication and understanding your audience, because your audience too is going to have a similar personality. So we really leveraged that. We had a lot of fun with it, of course. Lots of high heels and lipstick, and all of us watched the movies before we attended. And we went through on the Sex and the City tour. So what I'm going to do is I want to ask everyone, let's see, the very first person that is willing to share in the comment threads below, what Sex in the City character, what should we ask, ladies? Come on, help me out. Let's ask a quiz. Should we ask like a quiz? Should we ask like a question about one of the ladies? What Sex in the City character? Come on, we were on that darn tour. I can't think of the joke.
How do you know that you are one of the characters in Sex of the City? How do you know? What do you do? How do you actually know that you're one of the characters?
Well, Di,
good one, Di. Good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, because I have some slides I can actually show you guys. You guys can decide, but let's see. How do you know which Sex and the City character do you most relate to? And share us who that person is. So we have to, I'm going to reload this page, so all of you have to know. We have to reload this page because our live show page loads as a reload. So let's see if there's somebody that has posted yet. Oh, is there anyone else? Okay, I'm reloading. I'm going to the newest comments. Oh, all right, so I see we haven't seen it yet. You hustle. Well, all right, Janine. Janine said you do hustle. So which one, Janine, which Sex in the City character are you? And who do you relate to the most? Like, because all of us, okay, so we can all quickly reveal while we're waiting for people to answer. Like, I, definitely related a bit to Carrie, but I think I'm a bit more on the Samantha side. Like, just whatever.
Yes.
Who I am. Just deal with it. Get out of my way. Look, I love you, but just get the heck out of my way because this is what I want to do. Right? A lot of us can relate to that, so I'm definitely more Samantha. All right, so, yeah, and Jody said she's definitely a Samantha. What do we got for you, Patty? Because you're a Samantha too, Di, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Don't mess with me. Please don't mess with me.
I'm a mix between Samantha and Carrie as well.
All right, so Christine's got a Samantha Carrie. Yeah, so we get a little blend there. What else we got?
I think I'm a Carrie and a little bit of Samantha. I think I'm a little bit of all of them, to be honest. I think that throughout the series, I've been able to watch and identify with some part or, of every single one of them. I think all of us are in a way.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we are, and and the fun part about that too is everyone needs to understand that we will be someone one day or another. One day more than the other. But the best part is understanding who your customer is as well, and how your perfect client and maybe how they may be relating, because you might have a Charlotte who's kind of meek and quiet, and if we come out barreling at them like a Samantha, you may turn them off, right? And I know I attract more people that are a little bit more rigid, they got thicker skin, right, that can handle me, right? But I also can relate to that more quiet, shyer woman or person, because they see in me what they don't have, and I see in them. So there's always a great relationship. All right, so let's see. We got some people that all right, guys, you guys got to answer here. Oh, no, I've never watched the show. Okay, great. What's that?
So I want to say that from Sex and the City, I think that we all developed the friendship from Sex and the City. That's what Media in the City did for us.
Yeah, for sure it did. I agree with you. Absolutely.
I second that. Absolutely. That was probably one of the greatest gifts of being at Media in the City, and I talked about it a lot. And you mentioned it too, Rhonda, when you go beyond the competition into the creation, and how much got created and how much we're all creating now after the show. That was one of the greatest gifts for me, for sure, of the event. So good one, Jody.
Yeah. Well, and even if you went and showed them our Facebook chats where we're all still cheering each other on and helping each other and just do this, and it's still seriously we're just best friends now, and it's was 4 days, and it's so cool.
Even throughout this call, we've been chatting to each other.
I know, on the Facebook chat, we're like, oh, this Inga's so awesome, and I miss her, and I love the Roosters, we're still...
If we've got our head down, it's not because we're distracted with other things, we're chatting to each other.
Yeah, right?
We are!
I know, I'm like, stop it, you guys, we're on a show here, I keep getting all these notifications.
We can't help it.
All right,
and you wake up in the morning and there's a thread like this. It's wow.
Because we are global, so we're on both sides of the world. So when Australia is up and chatting, and then later, 9 hours later, then the US is up and chatting. So we're always in communication with each other, which is always fun.
I don't seem to sleep because I'm like, all right, I got to turn these. Right. I got work to do tomorrow.
I need to mute it for an hour just so I can create what I'm creating. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so this is what we got. We do have someone she just is sharing exactly who she is. Janine Brown. I believe she knows you, Jody. She's
yes.
I am an encourager. I'm a bit of a maven. I'm wild, whatever. I said, which one does that fit? I'm like, I think she's a Samantha. So Janine, because you revealed who you are and what you're all about, we are going to send you a Media and the City T-shirt. Created by one of my favorite Freedom-Preneurs, Stephen Moody. Stephen Moody creates all of our shirts. He's also a Freedom-Preneur. He's in our Freedom-Preneur tribe, and he's going to send you one of our Media in the City shirts. I believe, Tanya, you may have it on, the pink one. These are the special Swarovski crystal ones. Tanya's got hers on. In fact, those shirts got lost in the mail, and all of us will be getting to get our shirts sent to us in the mail because they were all lost, which is really ridiculous. So we'll make sure that we get your details, Janine, and get you out of the In the City shirt so that you can be part of the crew. But many of you that are watching this, either live or recorded, you may be interested in joining us at the next event. What I recommend, if you know any one of these women or they've inspired you, reach out to them directly and say, share with me a bit about Media in the City. You can learn about it on the right-hand side of the live show page here. There is a link that says learn more about Media in the City, how you can join us. It'll allow you to see what's going on, where it's at. The event is going to be held in December in New York City, and we are going to have one of the most gorgeous Christmassy Media in the City. We're taking carriage rides with horses in Times Square. I mean, It's going to be incredible, and the film is going to be beautiful because that's what we do. We turn everything that we do into a movie. It's our life, and what we do is a movie. And so you can learn more about that by taking a peek on over onto that page. But more importantly, reach out and ask one of these ladies. Because remember, we are not allowing everyone to join us. This is an enrollment. We have to find out if this fits for you and if your values connect with what we're looking to achieve and how we're looking to develop your businesses and bring out to the world. So connect with one of these ladies. Find them on Facebook. They'll put their threads below. This will be also a recording you can watch. And make sure that you reach out to them and ask them, how can I join? And then, of course, they can connect you with either myself or with Bonnie. We'll go through a screening process and to be sure that you will fit our group. Because we all got to be able to hang out. We got to be sisters here that all get along, take responsibility, and are willing to do whatever it takes. And to, of course, hustle. Right? So, everyone, thank you for being here. Ladies, I can't wait to see you again. I'm excited to see you in December for our, not only the, well, they're part of the celebrity show, right, because we do a panel. They're going to be part of the Rewind show of Series 1, and then we will then be bringing on the next cast of Series 2 of Branded, and, of course, joining us at Radio in the City. Have a great one, everyone, and be unstoppable.
Thank you, everyone.